New stuff.
Let's do music microgenres if we really want to get into it.
Liam.
Music subgenres.
I'll do metal subgenres. Mostly so I can just shit on crabcore.
Yo, dude, your stream's sick.
Isn't it though?
Dude, we got
a new starting screen. Looking fly.
You've been working hard, dude.
I have.
Who made that? Did you make that?
There are pre-select ones when you have Streamlabs like premium that you can choose from, and then I just modified it a little bit, tweaked it a little bit.
I like it. It's like you're in like a back like hole in the wall comedian club.
Dude, that's the idea.
Like we're about to hear some airline food jokes.
Who needs a punchline when you have the word crack whore? Rest in peace, Norm Macdonald.
Yeah, no.
Dude, I was watching clips of him. Just being the legend that he was, just in memory. And he's doing this bit where he's talking about how much of Bill Cosby was a hero to him, and he's like, I was growing up listening to these albums, and you know they don't put that he's a rapist in the line items on the albums, you know.
Holy shit!
He's like, I was talking to a friend about him, and he's like, I think the worst thing about it is how much of a hypocrite he was. He's like, really? I don't agree. I think the worst part was the raping.
Oh my god.
He's like, and then later on in the joke, he's like, you know, I'm no expert, but aren't all racists kind of hypocrites? Has there ever been a racist that's going around? He's like, you know what I like doing? I'm a big fan of raping. I know it's not politically correct, but I love to rape. And then he's like, well, you know, at least he's not a hypocrite.
Right.
Only Norm Macdonald could come up with a joke like that.
Yeah.
Rest in power, my dude. We have a viewer. So, are you ready for this sick shit? Watch this, ready? Kapow. Live stream time.
I want to see it.
We have transitions. Here, I'll do it again. That's so cool. Ready? Whoop. Oh, we're starting the stream. We're just talking. He's talking. You hear us in the background. We got the stream beats. Everything's chill and fun. And then we hit the live scene. And there's my face. And our first tier list of the night.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. What's up, everybody? It's the Average People Talking Show, and tonight is going to be a fun one. It's your host, Alex, with my dear friend, Liam.
What's up?
And we're going to do what we do best, which is argue over ranking things that don't matter.
This is a pastime of ours, really.
It really is.
We're just
it's tradition.
letting them see it.
Now we're just letting everyone else in on the fun here.
Tomfoolery.
Tomfoolery, indeed.
Did you want to start with the Overwatch one or the sports one?
Oh, no. We're starting off with a bang, folks. We're going to rank sports themselves. The existence of these sports.
It says all sports tier list maker, like all good sports, but water polo is on here.
Where? I didn't even...
It says water polo.
Oh, dude.
I don't know what the one is next to it, though. The one to the left.
Honestly, like, we can just...
Just drop it straight in the F tier.
No, you'll see it. It'll come through on the stream in a second.
Yeah.
It's honestly weird what some of the choices were here for this. Like, archery's on here?
Yeah, I know. It's like... There's some on here that are a little confusing. I think there are a lot of elements to consider here when we talk about ranking these sports.
What's going to be our criteria?
Physical athleticism required. Physical sports. So we got to consider that. The more physically athletic it is, the better sport it is. Everybody knows.
I mean, I feel like fun should be the highest level.
Is up there as well. I think the type of people that would play these sports.
Oh, that's a big one.
Important to consider, because football goes in the F tier. In that case.
Wow.
All the jocks who picked on me in high school. Here's a middle finger for you.
I don't know what this sport is. Like with this like USA with this person like
That's kind of what I was wondering. It might be gymnastics.
Is that what that is? I mean, this person's doing like a 2-point stance or it's like a weird.
It looks like.
What's coming out of? Is it pole vaulting? Like I don't know what's happening.
Sure. It's like you can kind of see the tops of the letters below it.
Yeah.
We'll just leave that one alone.
Yeah, we're not doing that. All right,
or
rugby.
We could just rank the USA.
Rugby. Here's what I'm gonna say about rugby. Is there a third criteria? How about like, do we care about how well subscribed the sport is? I feel like that's a lame criteria. No.
Yeah, because I feel like there's a lot that go down that shouldn't go down because of that.
Yeah. Or go up.
I think the competitive nature of the sport matters, though. I think Thanks
for the follow from Giggling at a Funeral. Appreciate it. Also, love your name.
Jesus.
If you're
Giggling at a funeral.
If you're into poly dudes, just give me a signal in chat for how good that name is. We should hang out. What a great name, Giggling at a Funeral.
That's pretty good.
So is that a tribute? Oh, it's Dashy. All right. What's up, Dash?
Wait, really? That's Dash? Oh my fucking god.
Yo, honestly, is that like a tribute to the Bare Naked Ladies? Because if it is, I might be into you. No, I'm kidding. Shit. Or am I?
Unless.
All right, rugby. Oh, wait. Okay, so our criteria is fun of the sport, type of people that plays it. It should be, okay? It should be a tribute to the Bare Naked Ladies. Because he's the kind of guy that laughs at a funeral. Love that song. What's the fun of the sport, the physicality of the sport. So obviously rugby is a S. It's a super S for physicality, right?
Yeah, you get the crap kicked out of you. It's like football on steroids.
And I think that at one time the quote was, football is a gentleman's sport played by barbarians, but rugby is a barbarian sport played by gentlemen. So
I could not agree with that statement more.
It's definitely an S tier in terms of the type of people that play it. But is rugby fun?
You know, I feel like it depends on who you are. If you like just getting the shit beat out of you, I suppose it'd probably be pretty fun. If you can just get past that little part.
Yeah. Honestly, rugby would have been an easy S. But for the fact that I don't feel like it's that exciting. I don't feel like it's that much fun from time to time. Like, there's a lot of, like, dry stretches in rugby. I think it drops down to an A tier. I think it's our A anchor.
But haven't you seen the one movie? What's the one movie called? There's like that famous movie that they show in all the health high school classes. Or whatever,
with
the PE
rugby?
classes. Yeah, there's like a rugby
No,
movie,
I grew up in a cult, remember?
Oh, what's it? I can't believe I don't remember the name of it.
The movie is not changing my opinion. I'm stuck on A. I feel like A is perfectly fair.
Forever Strong.
Forever
you
Strong.
Have you seen that?
No.
Oh, dude. If you've seen that movie, rugby's S tier for sure.
All right. All right.
I'm just kidding. I agree with A.
All right. Swimming. Competitive swimming.
This is gonna sound crazy, S tier. S tier.
You are crazy. Dude, we're 10 minutes in. We're gonna fight. Are you kidding me?
I'm telling you, dude. Swimming is an S tier sport, and not just because it starts with S.
Allow me to quote the great Dimitri Martin and one of his more underrated bits. Swimming to me is a confusing sport because sometimes you do it for fun and other times you do it to not die.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, people do other things to not die in the sports list here.
Do they?
Yeah, boxing. Beating up another guy so he doesn't beat you up.
I guess that's fair. What makes swimming S? I mean, the physicality is off the charts, especially for the high tier of swimmers. Like, I would agree with that.
So there's the physicality, and everyone that I've ever met who does swimming also smokes pot. So that's also another really big winner for me.
So cool dudes are swimmers.
Yeah, cool dudes are swimmers for the most part.
Okay. All right.
And then on top of that, it's an Olympic sport. Some of these are not.
Yeah, that doesn't mean shit.
It makes it competitive, and it brings in an audience.
But the fun factor is so low.
Maybe it's because you're scared of swimming. I like swimming.
Okay, but the sport of swimming, Liam, is just swimming faster than the other guy. That's the whole sport. There's no strategy. There's no, like... It's literally, I swam faster. And that's fun?
Hell yeah, dude. Going fast is fun.
No.
Have you ever had flippers on at, like, the rec center and you did it with flippers?
Bro.
That shit's super fun. You're like a fucking penguin.
I'm going to put it where it belongs.
No.
Yeah.
No. Oh, no.
And along the same line of argument, cycling goes in C because the people who do it are way more douchier than swimmers. But I do think it's impressive.
I feel like I've met some cool bikers, but yeah, I don't think cycling's very cool. It's C tier is probably fair.
Okay. All right. Tennis.
All right.
We have a lot. I have a lot to say about tennis.
It hits close to home because I was a tennis player in high school, so hit me.
I'm going to be controversial. I think I'm going to be controversial. It's
Let's hear it.
It's absolutely yes. First of all, the characters that tennis has given us over the years runs the gambit from Serena Williams on one hand to Johnny fucking McEnroe on the other.
I do agree.
Okay.
I mean, tennis is definitely a good sport.
In terms of athletic prowess, it is you one-on-one against a competitor. It combines pure athleticism with rank skill. You have to be so skilled to correctly hit a tennis ball and serve at the maximum velocity and put the ball always where it needs to be to score points and everything that comes with it. I think tennis is incredible.
I agree. I sucked ass at it in high school, so that means it's probably a good sport.
It's really challenging. It's really challenging.
Sports that you're bad at are usually good sports.
All right.
Oh boy.
Bowling.
Bowling can go straight into the F tier.
What?
Fuck bowling.
Bro.
Physicality? None. There's none.
Absolutely none. Couldn't agree more. It's all skill.
The skill is like kind of meh as well. Like I think golf requires more skill than bowling, and it's kind of the same idea.
Well,
you're putting a ball in a specific area.
That's correct. But like, think about the difficulty of the repetition of sitting down, drinking the beer, getting back up, picking up your ball.
I mean, yeah, it's a good party game. It's a good party game, but like, I mean, when a Nintendo console did it better than you did, like, how many points can you really give it, you know?
I just realized, to help you out with this, let me stream in Discord live.
That would be very helpful.
Yeah, it would.
I'll stream my screen too.
And
oh wait, I can't stream into this channel.
yeah,
That's
you
okay.
can. But I'll stream live so you can see in more real time.
Perfect. Bowling is F tier for me.
I'm gonna put it one step above D tier, or one step above in D, and here's why. Bowling gave us the Big Lebowski.
All right.
The Big Lebowski is king shit of stoner movies, my guy. Like, it's pretty good.
It is.
And it gave us the epic line, "Fuck it, man, let's go bowling."
Yeah. It's a beer drinker sport, though, for sure.
It is, absolutely.
All right, golf.
Now, here's our actual F tier.
Really?
Yeah.
Here's another disagreement. That's a B tier sport for me.
Here's why I hate golf. What the fuck is the point of it?
What do you mean, what's the point of it? What's the point in any other sport?
It's... okay. You know what I hate about golf? I'm going to be really lame, but I'm going to make the environmentalist argument.
Oh, boy.
It is the most wasteful sport by far.
Okay. Listen, if that's a low blow to golf, okay, we can't...
But it's fair. It's facts.
It is not in the criteria list. I want to recall.
It's the facts.
I want to recall. No. We aren't the Green Party on this channel. We aren't the Green Party.
All right, I'm going to go with your ranking. I just needed to shit on it for a second. I think you're correct. As a sport, if I ignore the environmental impacts of golf because they're ridiculous, as a sport,
Yeah.
it's actually pretty fun.
Oh, yeah.
A wide range of people can play it. It's incredibly skilled. It doesn't require a vast amount of athleticism, but generally speaking, most people who play golf are okay unless they're Republicans.
Yeah, if you're a Republican, you're an S tier golfer for sure. Chances are.
Okay, what actually is this next one?
You know, I was kind of asking myself that same question as it was coming up to it.
Anybody in chat know what this trampoline ball situation is? No? All right, we're going to move forward.
That sounds good. Yeah, let's move that one to the end.
Now, here, my friend, is where I do have our actual F tier.
Yeah. It's literally just running.
Yeah.
Like, you're just running.
Well, and Taz does it.
See, and there's no tiers below F tier to fix that. But put it in the Tazbek tier.
The Tazbek tier. I hope Taz comes back and watches this someday. That'd be so funny.
Oh, dude.
Honestly, the people who did track and field tended to sometimes be douchers. Although I will also tell you that my buddy John Blink Fox, he did for a little while.
I was gonna say track and field is usually for heavily religious people or like douchebag rich people. So
and here's the real thing. Like you said, it's just running, which it's way cooler to race on anything but land. With your own feet, and then here's what's even worse. What is fun about that?
Right. Well, I mean, I like running, but like running as a sport is pretty dumb.
Oh, it's 0% fun. 0%.
It's like if you think about it, in a lot of these other sports, you're doing some form of cardio on top of a bunch of other cool shit. Whereas track and field, you're just doing the running part, the cardio part.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dog shit sport.
Could not agree more.
All right, here we go. This is gonna.
You know what I'm gonna say?
I already know what you're gonna say.
You know what I'm gonna say?
Fucking pussy.
What do you mean?
You're gonna put it in S tier.
I'm gonna put it as the best sport ever of all time.
Unrightful placing.
Come the fuck at me. First of all, it's the fastest growing sport in the world and has been for the last 20 years. Because every other country is realizing how good the game is.
It's a good game, but like I don't feel like what's the word for it?
There are 8 different kinds of athleticism that you can use to improve your game in basketball. You can get stronger to be more tough on defense. You can work on being faster, being more quick, more agile. You can work on increasing your vertical leap and doing things for that. Like, there's literally like so many different metrics of athleticism, side to side quickness, being able to turn on a 180 and run back up the court. Like, the amount of athleticism required to be a great basketball player is off the fucking charts. And then you factor in the skill and all the different ways that you can shoot and all the different ways that you can defend. And then the fun. Dude, there is honestly if there wasn't as much stoppage in the pro game and the college game, you would have a very different opinion of it. When you're watching it on TV, there's a lot of stoppages for time and fouls and commercials and shit. Right?
Yeah.
But when you're just playing a game of basketball and you don't have that, and you have a team that's on that comeback stretch down 10 points, game's almost over, there's nothing like it in any other sport because it's so fast-paced. And you can truly score like 5 buckets in a row without letting the other team score in a matter of a couple minutes.
Actually, my take on this is a little bit more in depth because at least in high school, I watched the basketball games all the time because I had to play in the band.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say, it is a good sport. I guess maybe this is being overly cynical, and maybe I've just watched, because I've watched a good amount of basketball pro and in high school and stuff, and I just feel like all the tricks and stuff in basketball, there's just not as many of them, and it makes it a little bit more predictable to watch, which I don't find as enjoyable.
What do you mean?
Like, there's the layup, there's the 3-pointers, there's the alley-oops, you got the
you are demonstrating how much you don't know about
shots.
Basketball.
All right, I'll
because
put it in that
because
sphere.
because
Fuck
you're not factoring in what it takes for that person to get open for those kinds of shots. Pick and roll and screen game and plays and setting up baseline runs to the basket by pulling the defense out of the key. Like, there's so many different things about it. And then if you're really going to talk about trick, how about post-up basketball, dude? The amount of little head fakes and body fakes and movements that you can do to try and get your defender to move out of the way so that you can shoot around the side of them or shoot over the top of them. And then you have the guys that are just ridiculous that could just turn around, jump backwards off like one leg and hit a fadeaway and act like, that was no big deal.
You're right. You're right. We can move on to the next one. I am not the basketball connoisseur.
Basketball, best sport ever. Woo! All right. Anyways, table tennis.
I honestly think tennis is better than table tennis. So
I agree.
Can't go in S tier.
I know,
but
some
it is
people
a good sport.
really love their table tennis, and I don't blame them. Some of the people at really high levels of table tennis are absolutely ridiculous, but it doesn't require near the athleticism as regular tennis.
I feel like the hand-eye coordination required to do table tennis, it definitely puts it up there, but not next to tennis. It's just
I don't even think it's on the I don't even think it's on the rugby tier. I think it's a high B.
Yeah, I think high B is probably fair. I don't know. I wish I could defend table tennis more, because the amount of hand-eye coordination you have to hit a ball going at you that fast is off the charts.
At the end of the day, though, it's really not that fun either. Like, it is for a while, but you could play a lot of other sports for a lot longer than you could play table tennis and not get bored.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like you and I are going to have different opinions on the next one.
Look, I get your point. The people who play football are douchebags. It requires some of the most athletic talent, but it does require more strategy than any other sport probably ever devised. Like, generals could learn from football coaches sometimes. And then the culture around it makes it really shitty.
Yeah. I think
But that overshadows the sport.
From sport intellectuals. I think the sport itself might. What's the word for it? I feel like the sport itself gets bogged down by dumb rules that it has.
Well, but that's only the modern game, and that was going to be the other point that I made. Because the sport was so dangerous, we had to put a bunch of rules in place that are quote-unquote player safety focused. Mm-hmm. And you're right. It makes the game an absolute mess. The modern game is trash to watch. But if you watch a football game from the 80s, my guy, especially a college football game from the 80s, it's a good time. It's a good time.
Even college football nowadays is more exciting to watch than the NFL.
Yeah.
The
NFL's not real football.
I think it's more low B tier for me, but yeah.
I think that's fair. And we don't piss anybody off that way.
All right, what's this? This is soccer, right?
This one, yeah, soccer, because volleyball's down here. This is soccer.
Honestly, soccer is a really good sport.
It
just is.
In fact,
I would agree.
It's the king of A. It's a little bit above rugby.
Yeah, I feel like working with your feet is harder than working with your hands, which is kind of the difference between rugby and soccer, I would say. But
the other thing is, in terms of athleticism, where athleticism and skill combine, you can see some stuff on the soccer pitch that you won't see anywhere else.
Oh yeah,
it has some of that going for it. It in terms of endurance, maybe only basketball rivals it for needing cardio endurance.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you need a good amount of cardio endurance for like any sport, other than like golf and bowling on this list.
But there's definitely a scale up, right? Like football don't need near as much. It's more about short bursts of energy. Rugby is a little bit more about short bursts of energy. These three, like soccer, tennis, basketball, you're just constantly moving.
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I agree with that placement. I think that's fair.
Which brings me to my next one. Don't tell Terp.
Oh no. Really?
Just above football. I love hockey. I grew up watching hockey. Okay.
Yeah. So why are you doing poor hockey like this?
Because ice skating around and whacking each other isn't that fun. Everything else about the sport is amazing. The people who play it, the athleticism required, easily some of the most athleticism required because you're on skates.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you gotta have big skills.
It's very.
I don't know.
Here's what people confuse in hockey. They confuse excitement for fun. Hockey is a very exciting sport. It has bursts of moments that can garner more excitement, and I would say it does more often than every other sport.
Oh yeah.
Out
of every sport to watch, hockey is the most enjoyable.
Oh
I feel like.
God, yes. But playing hockey, dude, you gonna tell me it's all that fun?
Getting your teeth punched in and
Nah,
shit.
dude. It's the ultimate. It's the sport that leaves everything for the spectator and expects the most from its athletes. And that is very commendable. But it's not. That's where it belongs.
Because I feel the same about... I feel like rugby and hockey are on the same level for me. That's kind of why I'm tempted to put.
I'll do this.
I think that's.
I think you could do it this either way.
Yeah, because they're both pretty brutal sports.
They are.
So it's kind of the same thing. The only difference is that hockey is slightly more brutal but more fun to watch, and vice versa for rugby. So.
All right. Liam, talk me into it. Hockey lands in the 8th tier.
I'm curious as to what your opinion of baseball is. Yep, I knew you were going to do that. See, this is going to be our biggest differing opinion.
It's above bowling. Okay, I can't do that. It's above cycling.
It's an A tier for me.
Why?
Like, so first of all, obviously the athleticism isn't necessarily immense. But
it is
like,
from 2 positions.
Your hand-eye coordination
No.
needs to be insane. Yes, it does. It absolutely does.
For-
As the hitter, as the baseball bat guy who hits the ball,
The only reason that is true is because of how good pitchers are.
have you watched a baseball game in person, by the way?
Tons. I'm a massive fan of baseball. I actually like going to baseball games more than football games. But I'm being objective here. Any sport that you can eat in the dugout and still play is not higher than C tier.
Okay, that's kind of a fair point. So there's some chonkers who play baseball.
It's okay, all right. Now we're getting somewhere. We're understanding.
I don't think it goes below tier. I'm B tier on it.
You are taking the spectacle of baseball and the skill of baseball, and you are scaling that way up. Because I will say this. Hitting a baseball, I do agree with what they say. I do think it's the hardest thing to do in sports. But that's because baseball pitchers are the most cerebral, insane, psychopathic people in all of sports. They're unbelievable. But one dude on a 30-man roster... Like,
I don't know. I can't, like... I don't think the athleticism is there, but, you know, the people who play baseball are generally cool, I feel like.
See, that's the other part where I think I take it down quite a bit.
Really?
Oh, God, yeah.
Is it because they're conservative? Is that why?
No, I think there's just a lot of self-important douchebags that are... Like, baseball creates an isolationist scenario where you think the whole game is about you. If I make this hit, our team wins. If I get a homer in this game, we should win the game. If I strike out 8 batters tonight, I'll win the game. Like, every single person in a baseball team can look at their position and think that they are in the single-handedly responsible for, like, winning the game. Because no one has to pass to you. No one has to involve you. Your offense is totally based on you yourself. So it's not even really a team game. It's just a bunch of individual...
I don't know.
It's a bunch of individual matchups. It does have some of the most exciting individual plays you'll ever see. You know?
Right.
Everyone loves a diving catch. Everyone loves double plays. Everyone loves all of that stuff. But the truth is, real baseball lovers, their favorite thing is a pitcher's battle. And that's really boring to watch, but it is probably the most impressive thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you've talked me into it. I feel like the spectacle of baseball makes it seem more important and good than it is. You're right.
All right. I'm not even going to talk about it. It's literally track and field, but you run longer.
Yep.
It's so stupid.
Lacrosse. I feel like I don't know. Like, that's the one where they have, like, the sticks with the nets and stuff, and they're, like, throwing the ball to each other, and you have to keep the ball in the net or whatever, right?
You have to possess it. There's a bunch of rules about possession. You score kind of like into a soccer-type goal on one end of the field, but advancing it is very similar to football, where you can't just run forever with the ball in your hand. Like, you have to pass it up the field, that kind of thing.
That just seems like dumb. I would never watch a lacrosse game. Like, I would never willingly put myself through that.
I don't think it's very fun to have to sit there and cradle a ball the whole time you're playing. Like, it's not very fun. I know that Bill Belichick is obsessed with lacrosse from being a Patriots fan all my life, and has, like, a ton of respect for lacrosse players because it is so skill-based and requires a shitload of discipline to get good at it. But
Just seems dumb.
it's barely above bowling. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, lacrosse.
Yeah, it feels bad. Lacrosse. Sorry. All right, water polo. Isn't that just like water basketball or some shit? I have never watched a water polo game.
No one knows what the fuck is going on with the sport. It's F.
What? No. It cannot go with track and field and cross country.
Yeah, no one knows what's going
that's
on.
Unacceptable.
It's stupid.
Dude, but with like, how are you gonna shit on track and field and cross country properly if you put another sport beside them? Those sports need to get their fair treatment.
I
which
guess.
Is F tier solo
F tier. All right, I'll accept that.
Badminton is douchebags tennis, and it's not very good.
Vastly
like that
worse
game you
than
play.
its other two counterparts, tennis and table tennis. Vastly worse.
It's that game you go play at your grandma's house or whatever in the backyard.
I'd rather play water polo, and I don't even know how to play it.
That's what I'm exactly, dude. All right.
Hey,
There's a lot of high school.
Thanks for the follow. We're gonna be off of sports in like 2 minutes. I promise. The next one is Overwatch Heroes, so sit tight. Volleyball.
I got a lot of high school girls who are gonna be mad, but it's a C tier for me.
You are not horny enough.
Okay, no. No. All right, let's get a few things straight here. And okay, I'm on stream, so I'm gonna be careful with the way that I word this. But the women who play volleyball are kind of scary. I'm gonna be honest.
Wow.
They're a little scary.
Wow.
And on top of that, it's a lame ass sport.
It is. I'm with you. It's slightly
literally
above. I actually can't even. I actually think I like lacrosse better. I think I like bowling better.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
I think below lacrosse is fair.
I was about to say let's be realistic now.
Okay.
All right, this right here, instant S tier for me.
I'm with you.
Couldn't be a faster S tier. Boxing, easily like very athletic sport. First of all, like you have to be able to take a beating and keep up your cardio.
Yep.
And then on top of that, like the strategy of boxing is so immense. Like you have it's like you're in a fight, dude. Because you are in a fight. In a fight, the person across from you is unpredictable. You don't necessarily know what's coming at you, and you gotta have like laser-like reflexes.
First of all, this is not the most straight white male tier list ever. You weren't here for the whole discussion. You just got here, okay? We have objective measurements for these based on athleticism, the type of people who play them, and the actual fun of the support. And volleyball hits really low on 2 of those. The type of people who typically play it are, you want to talk about straight white douchebags? That is the entire market of volleyball players. That's the whole thing. Second of all,
I feel like a sexist piece of shit just watching it.
Honestly, that's a big problem with the sport. In terms of athleticism required, virtually none. You have to jump sometimes. It's all skill-based. You don't have to be athletic at all. And then in terms of fun, I'd rather do literally almost everything else on this list for personal enjoyment, which was our other criteria. So I stand by the volleyball thing. That's what I'm going to say. And on that note, if we're going to stand by that, I think archery is at the very bottom.
Wait, no.
Yeah, no, listen. No athleticism is required. A little bit of arm strength to pull back on the bow. It is purely a skill. I don't even know why it was on here. What the hell was this?
Yeah.
Skip ad. I don't want an ad.
An ad?
Oh, it just moved me down. Okay, all right, we're good.
All right, so this is our essential sports tier list. I think we have some fair picks here. Yeah, I think that was a good discussion.
All right. Now let's
move on to the
actually important things.
Yes, exactly. I gotta add an F tier real quick though.
I put one. I added it.
I'm so I'm so beyond why people don't put F tiers on their lists, dude.
Yeah, I don't
This
get
is
that
the
either.
most important tier.
Let's first of all make sure no one is missing from this one. Was Echo the last hero?
Yeah, she has the least amount of skin, so I'm sure she was.
Yeah.
Is there? What's that one chick? The lady with the shield? I don't think. Nope, there she is. Yeah, we're good.
Okay. All right.
Brigitte. All right.
Brigitte.
And our stuff's lined up the same. Soldier. I think Soldier's like probably a staple B tier. Like pretty fun to play. Like actually, you know, we better come up with our tenets first for what makes a good Overwatch character before we get too deep into this.
Uniqueness of the kit.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
And that's where Soldier's going to be very low on for me.
Well, yeah, of course.
I think
that's fair.
I think overall theme and aesthetic of the character.
Yes.
Because that's a big part of what makes an Overwatch character.
Skill required to play.
I think skill cap is important.
Yep.
And then I think the last criteria for me is how game-breaking their abilities are. Like, can their abilities take over a game?
I was gonna say too how well they fit to a team comp, like but
that's kind of what that means, right? Like, I think those two are kind of in the same.
I would say then like how well they fit to the game, yeah, like that kind of category.
Isn't that primarily based on their abilities?
Well, yeah, of course, but like some abilities are good on their own, but they're not good in conjunction with other things.
That's fair. Yeah.
So I think just in general, do their abilities fit the game that the character's in, you know?
I think Soldier is the anchor of B.
Me too.
He's just vanilla. You need him sometimes, you know?
I mean, it feels like when you have a soldier on your team, you're not upset. You are not upset to have a soldier.
Absolutely not.
Guy can take out some Farahs, you know? He can heal you up a little bit. He's a good dude. He's a good dude.
Orisa.
I think Orisa's actually a really good character. Like, out of all the new characters they released, like, expounding upon the original cast, I really like Orisa in particular.
I do too. I like a lot of the aesthetic of the character. I do feel like her abilities are really well balanced into the game and a lot of fun. I think that overall, the uniqueness of the kit is where she probably lacks the most.
Yeah, I mean, it's not horribly unique. But to be fair, I think... Well, and you have to consider this too. She was the first character to have a moving shield. Like, where she could place it wherever she wanted to.
Correct.
Where, like, you know, Winston, he had the one where you place it on yourself. Reinhardt, he had the one in front of him. And what other... Like, the other tanks don't have shields, obviously. But having that shield to place wherever you want it is important. Because it means that Orisa didn't necessarily... to protect whatever she needs to protect.
Blizz can't make tanks fun. The only fun tank is Roadhog and none on WoW, except maybe
What?
Mage. I don't know about that.
Sigma's so fun.
I really enjoy playing Sigma. I really, really love to play Diva as well.
Winston's the most fun, but I'm biased.
You are biased. Winston is very boring.
But for theme and aesthetic, there's not a better.
And I hold left click, and I do it again.
I'm feeling Orisa in A tier, honestly.
I'm with you.
She's a really,
I
really
think there's
cool
probably higher A tiers, which we'll get to.
Yes.
But yeah.
All right. Zarya's an S tier for me.
As a tank main, I agree.
Literally, like the theme of the character, super cool, super like good idea. In terms of like everything about her, she has a cool design. I like her.
The amount of clutch that she is for your team, the ability to shield a flanker that's behind enemy lines, and then that empowers her. The ability, like game-breaking ults, everything about it. Like Zarya is fucking incredible.
High skill cap.
Very high skill cap. Yeah.
All right.
She just checks all the boxes. All right. Everybody's favorite person to shit on.
I hate this guy.
Torbjorn.
I don't know if I'd give him F tier. I'll say that. He's D tier though. Yeah, like D tier anchor, because like I feel like he's not fun to play with on your team or against. He's not fun to play in general. And like the theme is just overdone at this point, like the dwarven engineer type guy. Like it's nothing new, it's nothing special. Like the guy's just meh. He's not good.
But you wouldn't enjoy the game as much if he didn't exist.
Right. I feel, and
which is why he's not F.
This,
you don't want him out of the game.
Right. Honestly, if that were the criteria of like F tiers characters we don't want in the game, there's only one character to go in there for me, but we'll get. No, not even her. I know everybody shits on her and hates her, and she does belong in F tier, but I don't. Honestly, really, Overwatch is like a really good game.
So good. The characters are all really good. Like that's what's gonna be. This list is gonna be top heavy for sure because I'm immediately like high A for Sigma.
Yeah, the only thing that I really don't like about Sigma is the way his like auto attacks feel.
Oh god, that's my favorite part of it.
It just feels super clunky compared to other characters. Okay, yeah, that's fair. Speaking of S tier characters, by the way.
No.
Yes, absolutely.
No.
Let's argue about it. Let's fucking argue about it. I'm ready to go to die on the hill of Reaper being an S tier.
I love Reaper, but how? How could you? How?
There is not a more.
You just went on about how the whole dwarf thing is played out. What? A Grim Reaper's not played out?
A Grim Reaper with fucking shotguns, dude?
Isn't that Ghost Rider?
Yeah, and he's in Overwatch, dude. That's fucking sick.
Isn't that the Evil Dead movies?
Okay. Listen.
It's played out.
Listen here. Everything else is above the maximum limit, though. His fucking... How he fits into the game, everything like that. Dude, his ultimate is game-breaking. His ultimate, if you line it up right, you fucking destroy people. He is the play of the game bot.
He's A.
You weak sauce.
He's A. He's not S. He's not S. There's no chance I'm putting him on the level of Zarya, dude. There's no chance.
He's high A for me. I don't care what anyone
How many hundreds of Reapers are on your team that are just cannon fodder?
I am the Reaper, so it very rarely happens.
Dude, that's the problem. I love playing with you as Reaper, but half the time when somebody picks Reaper and I'm in a game, I get very anxious.
There's other characters that people pick that make me more anxious, but yeah.
I'm almost certain I now know who this person is in chat, but they want Zarya to snap their neck with her thighs.
Honestly, I could go for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Baptiste.
Baptiste. I have a personal bias because I actually really like playing Baptiste, and he is a
fun
cool
to play.
design. But like his abilities are shit. Yeah, like.
I'm sorry. He's easily like. I understand that he can be played really well.
Right. And he's just clunky. He's just weird.
And his overall theme is really boring.
His ultimate is so sad, dude. Most of the time I end up using it just to murk people with a healer that they don't expect it. Like, but you very rarely end up using that thing as a team.
Yeah. I'm sorry to say, right next to him is our friend Jesse McCree.
I'm not sure. I'm torn between putting him in B and C tier because I get the same, like, I feel the same about McCree as I do about Soldier. The only difference is that Soldier's abilities are more useful.
Exactly.
And that's why I think he's probably C tier. Yeah. I think he's above Baptiste though.
I think that overall theme for McCree is higher, but value to your team is much lower. In general,
I think
he doesn't do anything. Yeah, he's above Baptiste. I agree. We'll do that for sure. We have come to another S.
I hate giving her S, but
it's just facts, buddy. The skill cap, probably the hardest hero to play correctly.
Yeah, I agree. I hate her sleep. That's why I hate her.
So good.
I can't count how many times I've been gimped by an Ana whenever I'm playing Reaper, dude.
Yeah. Why she's so good.
Yeah.
She's unreal. Such a good.
Oh boy. Well, we have our first F tier. Really? No, I was gonna say she deserves F tier for sure.
Yeah,
I
she
love
makes
my
the
girl
game
May,
less
but-
fun. I'm sorry. I wish it weren't the case, but she does.
I don't think she makes the game less fun, but there's like, or at least takes away from the magic of Overwatch. But she's definitely a piece of shit. It's kind of like League of Legends back in the day, when you'd fight a Heimerdinger.
How is it fat shaming when I have Zarya in the S?
Zarya's muscular. She is not fat.
I guess. I don't
If
know.
we were fat shaping, we'd put Roadhog in F tier.
Yeah, it's definitely not fat shaming.
Yeah,
Zarya
Zarya
is
is
fucking ripped. I guess that's true.
probably
She's
the
just
most ripped
giant.
of the Overwatch cast. All right, Farah. I feel the same way about her as I feel about Soldier.
That's what I was gonna say. I think she's a solid B tier offense. Her abilities are. The fact that she makes the game vertical is really important and dynamic, but it's the only interesting thing about her, really.
Right.
So that's kind of disappointing. But the boot plays, making a good Farah boot play is pretty intense.
Oh, absolutely.
But her ult is much shittier than Soldier's. Doesn't do a lot. She's an adjustment pick. She makes your opponents have to adjust to you.
Yeah.
All right.
Doomfist. Honestly, Doomfist is a surprising one because with
It's okay,
his
Jen.
kit,
Welcome to the party.
like you would think a character like Doomfist would just not fit in and do well against a majority of the Overwatch cast. I feel like, but he kind of does. But he kind of does. He does good enough. I feel like C tier's low, given the creativity of the character.
But the creativity is useless.
It's not useless. You can make Doomfist work.
In terms of a flanker, literally the only reason you would have Doomfist is because your person that you want to fill that role isn't good enough to play Tracer.
I don't know. Well, Tracer's a little different because she's a bit of a harasser. Doomfist is kind of like an all-in kill guy. Which Tracer can be, which is why she's better than him, but like, I feel like just the overall theme of the character really brings him up.
I don't know.
But yeah, you know,
I really feel like C is correct.
Loki,
I love playing Doomfist, but like he just fails to hit a lot of the markers. Like his ult is meh. Like his abilities kind of feel like variations of the same thing. It's really boring that he's got kind of a shotgun shot to me because there's so many other shotgun type shots in the game already with Roadhog and you know, Torb and Reaper. Like why more shotguns, you know? Like there's nothing unique about his shooting pattern.
Yeah,
that's where I'm at with it.
Doomfist. Yeah, I think I agree though.
I'm gonna be objective here because even though she's my ultimate favorite,
I was about to say you gotta be objective with this one. Yeah.
I think she's squarely B.
Her ultimate, like out of every ultimate in the game, when you hit a good Diva ultimate, it's like, fuck yeah, dude, I got him. I got him good. But that happens 1% of the time.
Yeah, it's a little more than 1%, but it's pretty low.
Yeah, like
it's pretty easy to react to.
The theme of the character is super cool.
She gets carried by her theme for sure.
But yeah,
Jen is upset that we put Torbjorn in D tier, but she wasn't here for us to talk about the criteria. Jen, should we tell you what our criteria is?
Yes.
I'll just recap. So our criteria is the overall theme of the character, essentially their value to the team. What else was it, Liam? brain fart.
Like what they bring to the team, the overall theme of the character,
Skill cap.
Which I feel like we haven't been digging in on too much, but that's fine.
No, it's the ones that are high skill cap are already pretty much near the top because they also have a lot of other cool things going for them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's about it. Pretty sure.
Yeah. All right. Hammond. Ball.
What a piece of shit.
Oh yeah, uniqueness of the kit. That was the other one. How unique their kit is. Yeah.
Well, I guess
and
Hammond gets points for that.
He's very, very high on the kit uniqueness.
That's about it, though.
They
just ripped off G-Force, dude. They just ripped off G-Force. That's not that interesting. He's a piece of shit.
I have to agree. He's D tier.
Yeah. Fuck him. Fuck him. Fuck that little bastard hamster.
Junkrat.
There's not a character that I hate in the game more than Junkrat.
Skill cap, to be fair, and I mean cap, not floor, slightly higher than most of the offensive characters we've selected so far.
I agree.
He is very difficult to play. Well.
When you do, oh man.
His ulti
nightmares
is so dangerous because it can turn the game by itself. He's somewhat limited in terms of usefulness, and I think he drops down because of that. Like, he requires certain maps and comps for him to be really, really effective. You can't just, roll a Junkrat in every situation. And then if they go with a Sky comp, he becomes vastly worse really quickly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you put a Farah up against Junkrat, and he's just sitting there with his dick in his
Even
hand.
An Echo. Even an Echo, really.
Even an Echo. Yeah. He's probably, like, my instincts all are telling me B right now.
I think I'm with you. He's definitely better than Doomfist and McCree.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah. I think that's fair.
Right.
He is easy to play, but what we're talking about, Jen, is the skill cap, right? Like, in terms of if you play this character at their highest level, I could care less about a skill floor of a character, right? But for example, the skill cap on Reinhardt isn't very high. Since we're going to talk about him next. Like, Reinhardt, you don't have to do anything that difficult to play him correctly. 80% of the skill is knowing when to just go full swing mode and charge.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't like the idea of putting Reinhardt anywhere below C tier.
But that's where he's C tier. His value has come down so much because they've released tanks that just outclass him in every way. And that's unfortunate because I love the theme of Reinhardt. Like, I love the character. I love the back and forth between him and Zarya. I love all of that. Obviously, one of the best voice actors Blizzard has ever had.
Oh, yeah.
But
honestly, I would go as far, like, if we're talking about base Overwatch, no other characters released, I would have put him in A tier.
Yeah.
Because he was the only shield tank, and he was to be feared. But nerfs, buffs, and all that stuff, and new characters added. Yeah, he's just
there's a reason why he's one of the bigger reworks coming in Overwatch 2.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
All right, my personal. This is a tier above S tier. Actually, this is the Winston tier.
No.
This is the Winston tier.
Could you even be objective if I asked you to?
Not with Winston. That's the one character I cannot be objective with.
Okay, because he's right next to Reinhardt. Actually, I'm wrong. He's a little higher.
Actually, I almost shed a tear when you did that. I'm not going to lie.
He's a little higher. And I'll say this. He's a little higher because to play Winston really well, even though he's completely boring to play, his skill cap is ridiculously high.
Oh, yeah.
When you play him at an incredibly high level, you can take over games. I have been jealous of these people since the game came out.
Yeah, you have to have a different working brain to play Winston.
But dude, he fits in like very specific situations. Compared to every other tank in the game, you cannot roll him into 80% of comps and maps.
His theme is best, though.
His theme is off the charts. We all love him. But
Winston is the most lovable Overwatch character.
I think that's fair. Zenyatta.
Right. Zenyatta is like... I could be non-biased with this one, even though Zenyatta's my boy. I'm feeling a B tier. He's a B tier healer to me.
I'm gonna disagree with you slightly.
Really? He's just such a one-liner. Like, there's nothing... Like, he's not super, like, his kit's not super interesting. His theme is cool, but it's not, like, incredible by any stretch of the imagination.
But he's so off the charts in terms of what he does for your team comp.
I don't think so. I feel like Lucio does more.
I think over time... Okay, I think over time, other changes to the game have reduced this. And in the current game, because of changes and new characters and things, Discord Orb is a little bit less important than it used to be. But even
we're talking about the current state of the game.
Even still now, if you have full team cooperation and a Zenyatta on your team that can regularly Discord a kill target and call that out in comp games, it's massive. It's a huge advantage. The other thing that they've reduced the value of Transcendence somewhat because there's a lot more all-in type comps now. But against certain comps, Transcendence can be incredible. In terms of damage output and skill cap, like, he's really good with that. And I'm also going to disagree with you. A robot monk is one of the coolest concepts. I love Zenyatta as a theme, and I think a lot of people do. I think
I think he's cool, but like, I just, like I said, I feel like it's not necessarily overdone, but the whole like peace and wisdom thing is a little overdone.
You just don't like Eastern culture now, or what?
No. Oh my god, he's doing this right now. Okay. No, I just, like, I don't know. I just don't get, like, the interesting vibe from him, you know? He's cool. Like I said, he's my boy. I'm just trying to be, Oh my god.
You've been called out. I'm not racist. I love Zenyatta. Alright, Brigitte.
F tier.
Yeah, let's be honest, people. Stop fucking playing her.
She's the only character in the game that I wish never got released.
Rage-inducing.
It's not even necessarily that, because, like, she got nerfed to the ground. She's not even super good, and I still hate her. Because she's just doesn't belong in the game. She feels like the most out of place out of every character in the game.
Yeah. I can't stand her. Her theme feels completely non-defined. Like, I'm not even really sure what's going on there. When she's strong, there's no in-between. She's either taking over the game, ruining your life. She takes truly almost no skill to play.
Yeah.
Like, I'm aware of her backstory. I've probably played more Overwatch than most people you've talked to. But, like, I'm sorry if you've developed some kind of attachment to this character. Even if you could sell me on the theme of the lore, her kit is so bad in terms of what it did to the game that, like, this is I'm with Liam here. I feel like the game got so much worse after she got released.
Like, and let me be clear about my opinion here. I'm not talking about what she brings to a team and none of that, because it's all trumped by the fact that her kit doesn't fit in the game. She feels like a character who straight up just doesn't belong in Overwatch.
Yeah.
And I think that's important to highlight. Like, out of every character on this list, there is only one that I feel that way about, and that's her.
I'm with you. I feel the same way. Chat. I'm pretty sure everybody in chat right now is of the female persuasion, and they're really angry at us. I know that she's an apprentice of Reinhardt, but what does that have to do with how she plays?
Right. Yeah, it doesn't, like I'm saying, like lore or whatever, like that's not the point. She just doesn't fit
There's a reason why frontline healers have never worked in any game like this ever. That is not a thing that should happen. You should not have a frontline healer. It breaks the game. They're always overpowered, or you have to nerf them into the ground to the point where they just die all the time, so there's no point in having them. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. I like it. It's refreshing. Sure, it's different, but it doesn't work. Every time it's been tried in any game similar to this one, it doesn't work. There's no such thing as a tank healer. Except in maybe Dungeons & Dragons.
There's lots
her
of
kit's not unique. Her kit's not unique at all. It's a shield with a stun, and she holds left click like 5 other champs.
Yeah, Winston does that, but he does it cooler.
Yeah, but Roadhog doesn't heal anybody else, so it doesn't break the game.
Roadhog is also a tank and is adjusted to be so.
Yeah. Like, the fact that she heals everybody else is a big problem.
Yeah. Anyways, we spent enough time on Brigitte, I feel.
Yeah, chat's very mad at us.
This was to be expected. This is a hot button topic we're talking about here. Overwatch characters are very important. Honestly, I really like Echo's theme. They basically just like took Siri and put it in the game. Hello?
Yeah.
Her kit's not like super cool. I think I like her as an air character more than Farah.
Her ult is really interesting.
It is.
Only because it's
every ult.
It's every, like, the novelty it creates of which one you're gonna steal makes it interesting. But I feel like that does a lot of work covering up the illusion of how lame it is that they didn't actually give her her own ult.
Yeah, I do. I agree. The uniqueness of kit thing isn't big there. C tier is a little harsh.
I feel like she's fine. She's fine. She's fine, dude.
Yeah, you know, that's fine.
She's fine. That's it.
I think Tracer's an A tier.
I am... obviously skill cap off the charts.
I think she's probably the highest skill cap in the game.
I think Anna's higher.
Maybe Ana by a little bit, but not by much. Tracer is very hard to play.
Very hard to play. Not as unique of a kit as a lot of the other offensive characters. Like, there's not a lot... it's not very diverse. There's not a lot going on there. But the skill cap's incredibly high, and she's game-breaking when she's fitting into what you're trying to do as a team. Yeah.
She can do a lot of jobs at once. She can, like she could be a lot of places. she can do a lot of things. I just feel like she's definitely... well, obviously we gotta talk about the theme. Like, there's no more... she's iconic.
Yeah, she is...
iconic character.
She is Overwatch in a lot of ways. Ashe.
That and...
I'm biased.
I'm sure you are. I don't like Ashe very much.
This is very hard for me to pick here.
She's kind of like... she's kind of like McCree, but just better.
I
just don't think
if we're
she's
being
that cool.
fair, she's somewhere in this area.
I would put her at high B tier. I think that's fair. But, like... I don't know. Like, I'm just not a big fan.
The theme is okay.
Yeah, the theme's just not that interesting.
in terms of being able to take over the game and like have like game breaking plays, Bob's kind of meh. He's easy to play around.
Yeah.
Super fun to play if you're okay at hit scans, which you're not.
I feel like Ash invited the tryhards to Overwatch. That's why I don't like her.
They were always there, dude. It's just that it
But like
more of them. Like
they gave the tryhards a platform, and that's like I don't know, man.
You're so biased. It's unbelievable.
Deplatformed the tryhards. I agree with high B tier, but I have a particular bias against her. I do not like her very much.
Mercy the Battle Angel.
I feel like you couldn't go for a more generic character in the game.
Yeah. Theme's really low. I used to really like Mercy. I think with the original cast, she was
cooler.
Cool, like she seemed like she fit more, but as they added more and more kits that were more unique, this is another one where she's going to be getting a pretty big overhaul in Overwatch 2. I think she's right next to Reinhardt.
Yeah, I almost feel similarly about her as I do to McCree.
Jen, I agree that she works all the time, but there's multiple criteria we're basing this on. And her overall theme is really bland.
The thing is, she's not really, like, even in, like, teams, though, like, she's not as good as she used to be either. You have to, like, there are healers in the game now that just are better than her.
We're going to get to it. Actually, let's just skip ahead to the conversation, because I think it's where the game pivoted.
Oh, God,
So much of this depends on what happened with the Moira experiment. Moira is my only other F tier.
I feel better about Moira than I do about Brigitte, to be fair.
I do too. Moira is just the idea that you're going to make a hero where all you have to do is hold down a button and have auto aim in a game that should require hit skill. It's just so bad. It's so bad. And it's not fun when she's in every fucking game. And they completely, like... she just made the game
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
I
don't know. I guess...
So, that's the problem, is I agree with you that there are other healers that do more than Mercy. But those healers are Moira...
Broken.
Yeah, like they're broken. Like they shouldn't do more than Mercy, because Mercy actually takes more skill.
Oh, for sure. But like I said, here the way I feel about Moira's nerfable. Let me be clear about that. I feel like they could nerf Moira and they could properly fix that character to make her balanced. Brigitte, they cannot. That's why the only character on the list that I feel shouldn't be in Overwatch is Brigitte.
I guess that's I could see that. I mean, they would have to completely rework Brigitte's kit.
Yes.
No, none of this left-clicking, healing yourself forever and ever and ever. All right, Sombra.
I'm very tempted to give our next character S tier, but literally, she has to be A tier. I know that for sure. There's not a character like she has a super cool theme.
All right, I'm gonna have to take a quick break here, really quick. Hang on. I'll be back.
Hi, chat. Having a lot of hot butt topics discussed tonight. Love it. Yeah.
All right. God, we need to get done with this list.
Yeah.
Genji.
I feel like Genji's like probably
He's gone way down for me lately, and I know that a lot of people are going to be really mad. But first of all, his kit was never that unique. He's a ninja who throws throwing stars with a samurai sword.
I think D tier's unfair.
I don't think it is. Okay, fine. You're right, actually. He's not on this level, but he's C tier.
Yeah. I mean, skill cap, there's no denying the fact that Genji does require a lot of skill to play.
Yeah, but...
And I hate to say it, because that just makes the, tickles the Genji mains.
Symmetra post-rework, I really enjoy. But is there anything about her that anybody really, like, latches onto? I feel like she's just kind of blah.
Yeah, I don't really care that much about Symmetra. She's C tier for me.
I think, yeah, you're right. C tier, somewhere in the same range. Genji mains are a special group of people. That is correct.
I feel the same way about Hanzo, but like, well, the same way about Hanzo as I do about Genji, but like even less so, because I think Genji requires more skill to play than Hanzo. Hanzo's super non-committal, and that just makes him even easier than Genji, and he's also just a generic bow guy.
Yeah. I'm not super
D-tier.
big on Hanzo. I hate to admit it, but I'm with you.
Big old D tier for your boy. Widowmaker.
Widow?
I think she's A tier for me.
I tend to agree. I think she's up there. What she does for the game is the people who are really great widows blow our minds.
Yep.
And it does just require a ridiculous amount of skill.
Yeah. Aya. All I think of is Aya when I think of Widow. Aya's insane.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Bastian.
There's another bias pick for me. There's a tier above the Winston tier that actually exists called...
You're wrong. You could not be more wrong. Imagine having a kit where an entire concept of half of it is completely unusable. He's a D tier champ. He's worse than Torbjorn.
He's Biss character.
You're just wrong, and I'm not even gonna explain it to you because everybody else on the planet knows it, but you.
He's my most played dude. I gotta rep my boy.
Roadhog, this is another one of those that, because of other tanks that have come out since he existed, he has lost value. I think he's a solid high B, somewhere in this range. Roadhog needs a nerf. I don't know about all that, Chief.
Honestly, I kind of disagree on the lost steam since more tanks came out. I feel like Roadhog does exactly what he's been doing from day one, and he still does it really well.
It gives you like the most reliable like pick offense comp tank. I guess that's yeah.
Like he's been doing it since day one. The concept is all.
It's just so easy to
like
counter
Roadhog.
pick into, is the problem.
Yeah.
Like if
No, I agree.
It really is. We've come to our final one though, and that is our last S.
Yeah.
Look, guys, I'm just as annoyed as all of you with that fucking Lucio that booped me twice in the match. But I love him just as much as I'm annoyed by him. Lucio's a fucking S. S of S's.
I feel like
So
he
iconic.
forces you to. So the concept is all there. He requires skill and he requires creativity because he is a very unnatural character. Your auto attacks and your weapons and stuff, they don't do shit. They don't do damage. Like, Like, unless you're hitting them consistently, even damage, and so you have to come up with new and interesting ways to torture the enemy team, which he does.
You really do.
He does.
You really do.
And then on top of that, he's super fun to play because you kind of just set it and forget it with the healing, and then you just get to do fun stuff. So it's like, who fucking doesn't love that?
Well, I think that's the list.
Finally.
We can move on to some of the really fun ones that we've picked for tonight.
I was about to say we can get onto the real
stuff.
part of the stream now.
Here's the deal. Part of this stream, for everybody that's currently watching, is we wanted to prove that we could have healthy disagreements. Which is why on this next one, none of that's going to happen. We're going to throw that completely in the garbage and probably get into an all-out screaming match. Do you know which one I'm going for? We're gonna do breakfast cereals.
I was hoping we were gonna go for the Danny DeVito pictures tier list.
Oh no! That's the dessert, baby. That's the dessert. We are gonna rank the thing that matters most in this life: breakfast cereals.
It's something that everyone can relate to, and I think that's what makes it the most important list. You know, you don't want to just be buying dog shit cereal, so you come to the Average People Talking Show so that you know what cereal to buy.
Man, couldn't have said it better myself.
Actually, I do think we need one more tier for this list.
Oh, we do.
We need tier.
Okay, what's the other tier?
That's the Cheerios tier.
Is it higher or lower?
No, it's lower. It's the lowest one.
For regular Cheerios?
Yes.
Wow.
It's like just actually putting garbage, like actively putting garbage in your mouth.
I do think this is interesting. I didn't actually look at this list before we started jumping into it here. Oh, okay. I was like, is Honey Nut Cheerios not present?
I have not had all of these cereals, but I've had most of them. Wait, there's 2 different types of Cheerios? What the fuck?
There's like 5. What do you mean?
What's where's the shitty one?
Regular Cheerios is F. I agree.
Which one's regular Cheerios? Is that the yellow one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Regular Cheerios taste like nothing. I think you're being unfair to Honey Nut Cheerios.
Well, yeah, I didn't think the Honey Nut Cheerios was I didn't notice the difference. No, the regular Cheerios deserves its own tier.
No. Okay, we're going with this. This is fine. Apple Cinnamon Cheerios, get the fuck out of here. You're just knockoff Apple Jacks. You're not even good.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm also F tier on those. Fuck them.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of them. They're not very good.
All right, Cookie Crisp. Here we go. Here we go.
You know, Cookie Crisps, they're good. Ain't wrong, but it's like you're tasting sugary cardboard, if I'm being honest. Like, I liked it when I was a kid, but honestly...
That's why it's a C. It would be much lower. It's also one of the worst cereals for getting way too soggy and gross to eat.
Yeah. I don't really like the Cookie Crisps.
But when I was a kid, that shit was like, oh my god, let's do it. Special K.
God, honestly, I don't know if I've ever had Special K. Is it good?
It's poop. It tastes so bad. It is.
I was gonna say.
It's not F because it does promote heart health everywhere, and I feel like it's done a lot of things for old ladies who need a good breakfast option, and I don't know, take care of their bodies or something. But yeah, no.
Like, call me like a snobby rich kid, but I've just what's the word for it? Cursed my hand by touching one of those boxes. What the hell is Kix?
You never had Kix?
Not even once.
So it's a corn-based cereal, like a cornflake, but it is round, almost like a Cocoa Puff, and basically just has sugar added.
Oh, that sounds dreadful.
It's actually a solid B tier. You'd be surprised how tasty it is.
I guess I'll take your word for it.
You'd be surprised. Like, because in comparison, the thing is the texture of Kix is just superior to cornflakes.
I mean, yeah.
So it's like the same flavor, but just in better package form with a little bit more sugar.
I could see that.
We all know it. You know it. I love it. You love it. Apple Jacks is A.
I just like the commercials.
Oh, dude. Everything about Apple Jacks is A tier.
The cereal, like, I feel like it gets a little gross when it's been in the milk for a little too long.
It's not a perfect cereal. It has its problems.
Look at the color of it, like, ugh. When you get that stuff milky, it's gross.
Which then we do come to the legend that is the cornflakes. And it's barely better than Special K. Like, let's be honest. It's not good.
It's not good.
Cereal. Similarly,
S tier.
Count Chocula. No.
Count Chocula is amazing.
No.
Do they have the other Halloween flavors in here? Because I could put the rest of those in S tier as well.
I just can't fuck with that being S tier, my guy, because it's still a flaky cereal, and the texture of flaky cereals is trash.
But it's better, it's like, because it's not like that gross yellowy color. At least it's like chocolatey color, and it's
it's better than the other ones. Like, I'm willing to go C maybe.
I'm a big, I can come down to the Count Chocula. But if I saw
all the work, like we'll get to Cocoa Puffs and Cocoa Rice Krispies.
Where I wish Boo Berry was on here. Have you ever had that one, or
Yes,
Frankenberry? That shit's fire.
All right, regular Captain Crunch. This is the B tier anchor. It's the Captain. You know him. I know him. I love him. Here's the thing about Captain Crunch. As you're eating it, it is destroying the roof of your mouth. And before you have even put your spoon down, you do not understand why your other hand has started pouring more of it into the bowl because you're addicted. There's just something about it, dude.
I don't know. Like, I feel that way about, like, the All Berries In, but, like, the regular old Captain Crunch, dude, that's easily C tier for me.
Really?
That's like an anchor C tier for me. Like, I look at it, and it's not even just because it starts with C. Like, it just tastes like it looks like bales of hails. Well,
the only reason it's not higher is because Captain Crunch with Crunchberries, which we're going to get to a little bit later here.
No, man. No, I don't think so.
You're just wrong.
I'm not feeling the Captain, dude.
All right, I'm leaving it in B tier. It's my show. Fuck off. All right, Rice Chex.
I like the texture. I like the
By the way, what we just demonstrated is what's called a power imbalance. That is not healthy ways to handle disputes. Just want to point that out.
Power. Shit.
You're making me want to get on voice. All right, Rice Chex. I'm gonna say something controversial here.
Oh boy.
It's an A.
I'm not sure if I've ever had Rice Chex.
Here's why
but
it's
I can
an A.
tell from the box that it has good texture.
Here's why it's an A. Rice is the best base for cereal. Period.
Yeah.
And
I do agree with that.
It does have good texture that doesn't break down. And the thing about Rice Chex is, if you are struggling with, diabetic issues or trying to cut down on your sugar, like, it has a flavor, a recognizable flavor, unlike cornflakes. But if you want it to be sweet, you just add a little sugar and it's dope.
I'll take your word for it. I like the texture. I can see the texture from
peanut butter Captain Crunch. Straight up murdering children for the love of the game.
I'm not a big fan of adding peanut butter to stuff personally. It wears down on you after a while.
I'm C tier on peanut butter Captain Crunch. It's novel.
I'm D tier on it.
It's okay. I don't mind. No, it's not cornflakes bad. It's not Special K bad.
Well, on my list, it's worse than Captain Crunch, and I have Captain Crunch in C tier, so there's no way.
That's crazy.
No way that can change.
Honey Bunches of Oats should probably get an A tier because of their commercials. That lady is hilarious and so loving, and I wish she was my mom.
Honey Bunches of Oats.
But it's a really bad cereal. It's in the D tier.
It's not very good.
Rice Krispies. We have yet another rice-based cereal. That already puts it pretty high.
I like Rice Krispies.
I think it's a solid B.
Yeah, you can't put it any lower than B. That's a good cereal.
Another.
All right.
Another rice-based cereal, but the king of them.
This may be like one of the few S's I have on the list because I'm not a huge cereal guy. This will be one of the few S's for sure.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. It's just great cereal. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Even the off-brand, like the cinnamon toasters from Maltameal, solid. It's an easy, simple recipe. It's just good shit. It's good shit.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Frosted mini wheats.
If you want to talk about the grossest when it comes to dissolving in milk, this is your prime candidate right here.
For that reason, you're not tricking me with that little tiny layer of frost, Kellogg, or whoever the fuck makes that shit. It's trash. It's trash.
Yeah, it's kind of insensitive. It's doing whiteface. It's pretty gross. Pretty gross of the Mini Wheats Corporation.
All right, Honey Nut Cheerios.
I feel the same way about these as I do about the oats.
Slightly better than other Cheerios, but only very, very slightly. This is not good. Reese's Puffs.
All right. Nah, we have another S tier on our hands. That's what I'm saying.
I'm with Liam on this one 100%. We got no disagreement. Reese's Puffs is the shit.
I mean, they got the good commercials. They got the good cereal. And, you know, there's just not a better one. Nobody's doing what Reese's Puffs is doing for the cereal game, you know?
It's just the combination of flavors, everything about it. You're not getting any nutrition there, but that's not what you came for. You just want to be full enough to get out the door.
Dude, who's coming to S tier for health purposes, okay? That's not what we're here for.
Yeah, fuck all that. Rice Krispies treats.
I've never had this one.
I had it once. It was fucking gross. I can't even believe they put it on this list. F. Super F. Now.
Oh, wait, we don't need a Cheerios tier. Oh my god, we talked about this earlier. We need a Lucky Charms tier.
I disagree with you. I think it's C. It's better than these.
No, I'm not going to forgive a cereal for lying to me. Like, I actually feel like I'm being gaslit and emotionally manipulated by the Lucky Charms Corporation. I've never been more dissatisfied.
Let the people hear your thoughts.
I'm telling you, dude. Like, so imagine being such a heartless piece of shit that you literally created a cereal where it's like, oh look, we got marshmallows. We're gonna do it off of the concept that's like, hey, buried beneath all the shit, there's marshmallows. I'm not going to go and like reach into a piece of shit just to get like a speck of gold. Okay, that's just not gonna happen. Piece of shit cereal. I believe I referred to them as a cock tease.
I think you did. All right.
That's fair.
Cocoa Krispies. Easy A.
I was gonna say, I've had those. Those are good.
They're just Rice Krispies, but just way better. Because it's chocolate, and who doesn't fuck with that?
Oh, yeah.
Now, ladies and gents, we have yet another S. You know them. You love them. I love them. Oh, what? Hold on, there's even hesitation?
No, that's not an S tier for me, dude.
Are you
kidding? It's because of the milk. Like, if you milk those Fruit Loops for too long, dude, it's like I feel this. I feel like they're
noticed
slightly
because
better.
I shovel it down my throat that fast. It's so good.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't forgive the milkiness.
Jen says,
like
A. Really?
Yeah,
A?
I'm a big A. Yeah. See, you're just biased.
All right.
Biased.
Here, okay, you know what? I am biased, but here's the thing that I have that you two don't. Children. Okay?
Okay.
And you can hand your children a baggie of Fruit Loops, and you crushed it at snack time. And it took you 0% effort. But if I was eating for myself, I think I can agree. I'll knock you down a step. But for that purpose, they come in clutch.
You're a mature adult now, Johnny, and you and I both know that the milk gets it eventually.
It does.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. No disagreement.
Raisin
Raisin Brands
Bran.
can suck a dick.
I feel like I've had one before
I hate raisins
that
in
was
cereal.
good, but yeah,
It's just
in
not
general, it's just not ideal.
It's like we really know that you need some kind of protein in this. So, what do we got? Well, how about raisins?
Yeah,
I would have
it's pretty-
taken literally anything else. I'd rather put bacon in the milk. It's trash.
Yeah.
Golden Crisp, I can't really say a lot about. I feel like it's just okay. I feel like it's like
It's almost like yeah. I kind of agree with that.
Fruity Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles is such a tragedy because its milk resilience is probably the weakest on the list, but like the base cereal itself is just so damn good.
Real explosion of flavor. But it doesn't have the Fruit Loops benefit of being able to eat it dry. Like, you're not eating handfuls of Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah, you just spill them all over yourself.
No, it's
It feels
trash.
pretty bad.
I think it's a D. I'm sorry, Fruity Pebbles.
I don't know if I can give it a D
Yeah,
though. It's
you can.
like they're just so good.
No. It's an
They're
illusion.
so-
You want to talk about being lied to by a cereal, my guy? At least the Lucky Charms have the honesty to, like you can see that there's shit in with the marshmallows in the Lucky Charms.
No.
The Fruity
No.
Pebbles are like, we're going to lie to you for the first month of this relationship, and then you're going to find out that we're a psycho.
No. I feel like Fruity Pebbles is the equivalent of giving somebody a dinghy with holes in it and sending them out to sea. You know exactly what you're getting yourself into. And if you're into that kind of adventure, then, fine, so be it. But I think you know what you're getting in for. Their milk resilience is just too low. That's their only problem.
I'll put it a little higher. A little higher.
Yeah, I think C tier is fair. It's a tragic cereal, truly.
All right, Cocoa Puffs. Only reason the
Honestly-
cereal's not S is because Reese's Puffs exists.
Yeah, poor Cocoa Puffs. You
used to
set
be
the
the great-
ground.
Yeah, you really
They
did
set
pave
the
way.
foundations. They walked so Reese's Puffs could run, dude.
Frosted Flakes are classic. They're slightly better than other frosted cereals, but I
Yeah.
think they're a C tier anchor. They're okay. I'm not mad at a bowl of Frosted Flakes like I am at Honey Nut Cheerios, but they are very boring. No, I'm with Jen. They're very boring.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I think we do have ourselves another S tier though.
Captain Crunch with Crunchberries.
Yeah, there's just no losing.
Look,
this is like the.
It's so good.
It's like if Lucky Charms did their job properly. Hey, the rest of the cereal tastes good, but then there's stuff that tastes really good.
So fun fact, this is actually one of the cases where the off-brand of this cereal is probably just as good, if not better, than the original cereal as well.
Oh yeah.
And that's how you know the cereal's good.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know why Raisin Bran's on here twice. That's dumb.
Yeah.
Honeycomb. Did you ever eat honeycomb?
I think like once or twice.
I don't know if honeycomb... Does it even exist anymore?
I'm not even sure. I haven't seen it in a while.
Honeycomb's another tragic cereal like Fruity Pebbles, because it really didn't hold up to the milk very well.
Yeah, I feel like you have to design cereal with the milk in mind. It's got to have a really high milk resilience. And if it doesn't, then it will flounder.
We have...
This is the childhood staple for me right here. Trix was a game changer.
It's
Kind of
just-
reminds me of, it's like the Go-Gurt of cereal.
It's so good.
It's really just a solid choice all around. Couldn't really go wrong. Kellogg Pops, that kind of looks gross. I think I put that
Corn
one.
Pops. While, as I have stated, that corn is the worst base of a cereal, Corn Pops said, let's take that. Yeah, you are weird. And also make it a really bad texture, too. It's just strictly worse than Kix. I just don't fuck with this corn cereal. It's D for me. I'm sorry, Jen. If you love them, I understand why.
We have yet another tragic tale of a cereal that cannot hold up to the milk.
And let's be honest, no one eats Honey Smacks. Fuck you.
Yeah, we can just safely put that in F.
Yeah.
All right, your list. I think that one wasn't. I'm just honestly baffled that you. There was a big one that we disagreed on. Oh yeah, the Fruit Loops almost caused an uproar.
Fruit Loops?
No, the Lucky Charms. The fact that you put Lucky Charms anywhere above F tier is just haunting.
I know Rice Chex is probably pretty controversial too, but it's just so versatile as a cereal, and it's the easiest one to add sugar to without like being gross.
Yeah.
You can use a very minimal amount of milk and still get good flavor. It's the base for literally all Chex Mix for a reason. This is just good.
Oh yeah. I think we got to do this one on. Like we've done this one a lot, but I think we need to do it on stream for the record, Johnny. The fast food tier list.
No.
I think we have to do it on stream for the record. It's a short one.
But like we have so many much better options.
We have to do this one for the record.
Sandwiches?
We can keep it short. Yes.
We have to do sandwiches.
But
West cities.
I feel like there could be more tier list streams. But for the record, you have to enter the Thunderdome, actually, if you will. Start with artisting about like all of the pizza places on the list is they've all like improved their pizzas. Like I feel like Domino's, for example, back in the day, that would have been an easy F tier for me. But Domino's, I feel like, climbed to C tier.
Jen, the pizza is trash. But again, I invited
it's the Taco Bell of pizza.
It's just so affordable, which is the main point of fast food. I don't need it to be that good. It's fast food.
Exactly. If you're getting drunk with the homies.
And on that note,
it has to be.
I'm going to put Domino's in the A.
Really?
Domino's has gotten so much better lately. And actually more consistent. For me, the last few times I've had Pizza Hut, it's been really bad. Pizza Hut's more expensive.
It's the customization at Pizza Hut for me that I think is that I value.
They're just so inconsistent. I don't feel like their quality control is very good. Like you'll go to one Pizza Hut that does a good job regularly, and then you'll go to another one that's so trash.
I agree, but I feel the same about Domino's.
I haven't had that.
They're like slightly more. They're like slightly better than Pizza Hut in terms of like quality control, but like I don't know, Pizza Hut and Domino's, I kind of feel the same about them now. I feel like Pizza Hut's fallen a little bit for me, and Domino's has gone up a little bit for me. I feel like they meet each other in the middle at B tier for me.
One guy's opinion, I guess. All right, Dairy Queen. Hardly really fast food.
Yeah, it's just ice cream.
But blizzards are cool, so, you know.
I kind of want ice cream, but it's probably loaded.
This is going to piss a lot of people off, but I'm putting Five Guys in the D tier. And I've been really thinking about this for a while.
It's not going to be about the quality of their food, so what is it?
The Five Guys burger is incredible. It's so good. It's
the best burger among all of them.
The best burger amongst everything. But in terms of speed, they don't have it. At least in my experience with the one that we have. And the price is outrageous. I can literally get a cheaper burger at Red Robin and sit down for a nice meal with my wife.
Yep.
And because of that, you are D tier Five Guys. I know the quality is really good, but it's just what it is.
I think D tier is a little unfair.
Because of the quality?
The quality is very, very high. Like, we're talking about leagues ahead of food restaurant in terms of quality.
Yeah, but it's fast food. Like, I just don't know why they even count as a fast food chain. Is there such a thing as a Five Guys with a drive-thru?
No, but...
Exactly. In-N-Out has a drive-through. Jack in the Box has a drive-through.
That's fair.
I have not had In-N-Out, but everybody on the West Coast raves about it.
I was about to say I've never had In-N-Out or
Jack in the Box, so I'm just not rating them.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Do we have another F?
KFC. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think so too.
KFC is easily the most disappointing, because when you think of chicken, of course you're gonna think of KFC, but like, first of all, the bowel movements from KFC rival that of even Chipotle. All right, we're talking mean.
But it's nowhere near as good when you eat it.
Exactly.
All the pain, none of the pleasure.
It goes in garbage and it comes out garbage.
Yeah.
Like, there's really not much more you can say about it.
I agree.
All right, McDonald's, A tier.
I'm with you.
I'm gonna have to give it to. Like, it's just good.
There's so much variety. First of all, their breakfast and the speed at which they do breakfast.
Incredible.
Even if their lunch and dinner was trash, which it is, right? Like, it's not good, but
it's not great.
When you factor the price, the speed, and the fact that they're always open, and when you're drunk at 3 a.m, like, yeah, McDonald's
it's a
is
winner.
Nice.
Panda Express
the fast
only
food of
gets,
Chinese.
It literally escapes F tier because it's the only one that does China, like Chinese food.
Yeah.
But like, other than that, it's just trash.
It's so bad.
Like, if you're really, really craving some Chinese food and you don't want to eat at a sit-in restaurant, okay, fine, go to Panda Express. But like, it's bad.
All right, we gotta go faster. Gotta hurry.
All right. Papa John's, C tier because he's racist.
He's gone. They got rid of him.
Doesn't matter.
The sauce is
they've
really good.
They've burnt my heart.
Okay, fine.
They burnt my heart. C tier.
I'm honestly putting Pizza Hut on the C tier with them, though. Like, Papa John's is just objectively better than Pizza Hut. I'm sorry.
That's fine. I think I've had Popeyes like once. It's better than KFC.
It is better than KFC. I think Popeyes is a reasonable C.
Yeah.
Sonic
F tier.
I disagree.
Maybe you've been to some good Sonics, but every Sonic I've ever been to's been garbage.
We do have some good ones here, and I'll say this. The thing is to get sides and cool drinks. This is not a place to go get a cheeseburger, people. Don't get a cheeseburger at Sonic.
I agree with that.
But they have, like, really cool sides and stuff, and here's the other thing, is, like, you want to talk about a place that has enough variety where everybody in the car can shut up? My vegetarian daughter can find things to eat there.
Oh, yeah.
So, in terms of that...
I've never been to a good one, that's why I can't really...
That does hurt its situation, so I understand that.
Now, Subway is even worse than Sonic in terms of service.
I'm sorry, Mad Flame. Subway's barely above these three. Because it's not going to make you sick. It's not going to, like...
It's just going to make you disappointed in your ability to spend money.
Why did I spend $5 on this crap?
Yeah. All right,
now,
we have another S tier.
We do have another S tier.
We're talking about the king.
You want to talk about feeding 12 people? Yeah, you can't quite do it for $30, but I think you could do it for $40.
Dude, if your spirit animal is a hungry village of 12 people, you can feed yourself pretty dang cheap.
You can.
Taco Bell.
And it's pretty decent.
Honestly.
Another person gonna claim that Chick-fil-A is S tier. You people are nuts.
Yeah, no.
It's so boring.
It's just like they just do chicken and it's just okay.
It's not even like, honestly, part of the reason why I have Chick-fil-A so low is because of our other S tier right here.
Thank goodness. I thought he was scaring me earlier that he wasn't going to put it in
No,
S tier.
Wendy's is S. Their burgers are not better. I don't have Chick-fil-A in New York. That's funny. Chick-fil-A is honestly so low because Wendy's chicken is almost as good as it for literally like half the price.
Chick-fil-A is like running for a minute and then just running out of energy, and Wendy's is running a 5K. Okay.
The other thing I love about Wendy's, honestly, Wendy's made a big leap for me when they got the new soda machines where they can do all the different flavors.
Oh, it's
and
fire.
all the different drinks. It's so good. So
I had
good.
this one guy at the window make me this grand concoction of various sodas, and it was the best drink I've ever had.
All right, we're gonna need some help from chat while we have you guys here about our next list, but I think that's complete.
All right, the sandwich one, is that what we're doing?
Our options are types of sandwiches, of which there are 50. U.S. cities, of which there are, you guessed it, like 25. Or U.S. states, of which there are 50. Jen cannot handle the fact that we went S tier on Wendy's.
Wendy's is hot. Okay, well, Wendy is hot. There's no better.
There's so much that's amazing about Wendy's, but Spicy Nugs is doing a lot of work for me.
Oh yeah.
We also have the United States presidents, which I feel like we could have a lot of laughs about.
God damn it! I need to brush up on my history before the stream.
Movie trilogies is another option.
I kind of like the motivational pictures, but an AI made them.
I feel like that's a bonus one. I feel like we're gonna do that along with the Danny DeVito pictures because those will be quick hits.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I just don't have enough experience with it, Jenny. I don't want to be unfair to White Castle.
Yes, I'm here.
So, do we vote for sandwiches, trilogies, U.S. states, U.S. cities, or U.S. presidents?
My vote goes to states.
I think states would be really fun.
All right, let's do it. And there's an F tier already on this one. You'll have to see it.
Is there?
Oh yeah.
Create. Oh my god, yes.
I like
All
the
right, we get to
description.
be really jerks. What's the description?
You know what I really hate about this tier list though is that none of them are named. You have to like actually just guess, well, like figure out which one's which. Like, do you have any idea how many squares there are? How the fuck am I supposed to do this?
You're gonna laugh, but I'm actually really good at this.
All right, I'm
This
gonna let you.
first one, I'm not sure if that's. It's one of the southern states. I'm not sure if that's Mississippi
It looks like Louisiana, but I'm not exactly sure.
or Louisiana. Oh, Jen wants trilogies. I feel like
Let's do
that's a quick one.
trilogies.
We could do that real
Yeah.
quick.
I'm turning tail. I
Change your mind on the states. I feel like
Well,
cities.
yeah,
The cities would be better than the states.
probably.
Oh my god, we got a doozy right off of the bat.
Let's see. I need to add an F tier.
Yep, I'm doing it as well. We got a doozy right off the bat, the Thor trilogy. Here's the problem with the Thor trilogy. Oh, what the fuck is... There's...
I can't even read it. They're so small.
Okay. All right. My list is correct now. All right, Thor movies. Thor Ragnarok is probably one of the top 5 MCU movies.
Easily, yeah.
But Thor Dark World is probably one of the worst. And the first Thor is just barely palatable. It was Alabama. I thought so. Okay. All right. Maybe we'll come back to it. We'll see. The Thor trilogy, even though he is my favorite Marvel hero in a lot of ways, or one of them, it's D.
D tier for me.
It's D.
D tier? Oh, Ragnarok was so
It
good,
gets
though.
carried really hard by Ragnarok, but it's hard to overlook just how bad and boring the other two are.
Yeah, I suppose that's fair.
Now, the Captain America trilogy, by comparison,
He's
an A.
good.
easy A. Winter Soldier is, in my opinion, the best MCU movie. Civil War's really, really good. Some people didn't like the first Captain America because too much setup and blah, 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 blah. But I did. So fuck it. I hate to say it.
The Iron Man ones.
I almost think it's worse than Thor.
It feels so bad too, because.
But 2 and 3 are so bad.
Yeah.
And 1's not as good as Ragnarok is. Like, it set up the character that we all love, but Tony Stark has all of his best moments in movies that aren't his own.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that. Alright, the Spider-Mans.
I assume this is the original trilogy of Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on a second.
Oh no. Really? Not a Tobey Maguire guy, are you? Not a Tobey Maguire guy, is he? That's sad times. Sad times for you, boy. Honestly, like, maybe I'm a little biased. I have my nostalgia goggles on a bit. I thought they were at least C tier. Because Tobey Maguire was not a good Spider-Man, but, like, there's just something about the clunky-ass movies that just...
The first movie is tolerable. The second two are so fucking bad.
You're telling me you did not like emo Tobey Maguire?
Spider-Man is my favorite comic hero, and he shits all over the entire concept that makes the character good.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I hate it. I fucking hate it. And the people who like it aren't real Spider-Man fans. Come at me.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I'm sorry, you're just not. Because if you can sit there and watch that and be like, oh yeah, this is Peter Parker, then you don't know Peter Parker. I'm sorry.
I just feel like I'm not taking that into account as much when I watch the movies. Because, yeah, if we're talking about, like, the comic Spider-Man is, like, Tom Holland captures that a million times better than Tobey Maguire ever could.
So did Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, but, like...
They're the most true to the comics in terms of plot. Sure. They're the least true to the character, which is way more important than being true to the plot as far as I'm concerned. I don't care if you tell me a new story, the character has to be correct.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Like, I know you're right.
Even Mary Jane's trash.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely did not do Spider-Man justice, but...
I could not hate on those movies more. Couldn't wait to do that.
Alright.
Alrighty. We all know it.
4, 5, and 6, and then 1, 2, and 3.
It's not a question.
Yeah.
It's not a question.
You can't... that's not really even debatable, to be honest. Like,
the only redeemable movie in these three is the second one. And the only thing redeemable about Attack of the Clones is when Natalie Portman is tied up to a pole cut up with that, like, little white suit she was wearing.
I feel like the Obi-Wan Kenobi versus Anakin Skywalker duel in the lava pits and stuff brings it up to D tier, though.
CGI spins.
I don't think so. And everything, and just how amazing the scene was. Like,
one thing I will say that gets a bad rap with these movies is we were really early on with CGI. There were no good CGI from this time period.
Yeah, it kind of.
So that does kind of suck, because then we look back on it and we're like, ugh, you know.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I just.
All right.
Hold on, I'm sending a link for somebody who's having trouble getting back in. Okay. The Austin Powers trilogy. Goldmember was a bust, in my opinion. But
season so long.
But the first two are legendary. And while it's goofy and not serious and not actually... For what it is, it's B tier.
I was going to say, I feel like it's one of those, like...
Is this
comedy...
Pink Panther?
I can't really tell, to be honest.
Oh, no, it's Naked Gun.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah. I can't really speak to that. We'll just put that down at the end here.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
I'm so glad this is only the first three. Because then we can properly put it in the A tier.
Yeah. The movies, the further they went. Like the series, the further they went, the worse they got.
Jen was saying that Andrew Garfield makes Spider-Man way too cool. But I don't necessarily agree with that either.
I feel like Tom Holland has done the best adaptation.
Without question, Tom Holland.
And it's really the true shame.
At least Andrew Garfield quips.
Yeah.
Tobey Maguire doesn't even quip.
Really, that is just not true to the original Spider-Man story, and that's what bothers me the most. I hate the fact that it's like some kid being a Tony Stark fanboy and getting some expensive suit.
Yeah. No,
rather than the radioactive spider.
I feel like people have mixed feelings on The Matrix. I'm curious about yours. Did you ever watch these?
And I kind of was doing it because my mom and dad made me, so I wasn't super into them.
I'm going S. The action, Empire Strikes Back, which is a tragedy, but